National Football League.
There's a city that knows the proper way to smash a guitar. Yeah, it is this city of rock and roll. Man, in the footsteps of Hendrix, Cobain, and so many others. Another one has been shattered to pieces before kickoff here at Huntington Bank Field in Cleveland. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday night primetime contest between the New Orleans Saints and the Cleveland Browns. On the Saints sideline, look at their head coach. These guys played good football the last month plus. They are 4-2 in their last 6. Along the opposite sideline, that's the head coach of the Browns. His guys with the crowd at their backs, and things only going to get loud. Glad to have you with us, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward on the call. That is punter Jack Fox with the honors here. And Monday night prime time is underway. We're going to bring him down as he gets it to the 33. So the Saints offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked first overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
Hey, it wasn't a banner game he had last week, stuff in the stat sheet, but still one that falls squarely into the good territory. Had a couple touchdowns to make up for the one interception, and his effort was enough to be one of the pillars in their win, and certainly some momentum to build on today.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Working from the gun, Williams has him on the quick hitter, and he goes out close to that 45-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 43. On play action, Williams. That's to Odunze again. And he's got it up to midfield and into Browns territory. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. On play action, here's Williams. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. Williams with the sneak. They sent him right up the gut, but he wasn't able to get anywhere. The defense braced for impact, and they made the stop. It's 4th down.
Ooh, this is where the coach gets paid to make the decision for the offense. If they're stopping you short on a 3rd down sneak, you better think a while before going for it.
So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. And leading the way is their 4th-year QB.
While we all love to talk about the quarterback, he really wasn't at the forefront of their win last week, Kate. Kind of took a step back and let some of his teammates shine. Yeah, he made a good mark with a touchdown pass, a bad mark with an interception. Welcome to life in the NFL as a quarterback. You know he wants to make a little more noise, elevate everybody else a little better than he did a week ago.
2nd down pass play coming. His first throw is an interception. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. Now they're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead.
Saints to the line now. 1st and 10. Blown back, it's the handoff. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Williams. Connects here with Jalen Nolan. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans. From the red zone on 1st. Into traffic, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints parlay the interception into points. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
That one right down the middle. And the Saints will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Onto the field comes the Browns offense for the second time. And time to hit a quick reset here, partner, after they find themselves behind following that opening drive INT.
Yeah, you say reset, I say Control-Alt-Delete. Pretend like it didn't even happen. You got to flush it in a hurry.
They'll start this one out with Hall. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Run lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
Looking in the air here. Short pass brought in. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3. So chipping away a few here ahead of this third down. Throw here, third down. That's the first down, and he's still going. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland first down. It's like you always say, right back to work for him. Getting the drive moving like that turnover never happened.
And they weren't going to shy away from letting him do his thing, throwing the football. Mistakes happen in this league and in this game. And you never want to punish a quarterback for making a mistake. You want to see him continue to produce.
They are throwing it again. Finds him over the middle. And they're approaching midfield with that gain of 6. He's up to the 46. Shotgun now on third down. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. He's going to throw it again. Completed over the middle. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. The play fake, he'll throw. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. They're going to run out of the pistol with Hall. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Ed Oliver there to make the stop. Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Brought in right side. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3. So chipping away a few here ahead of this third down. That one's caught. Judy has it. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a Browns first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Looking inside the red zone. Got a man. It's Colston Loveland. And he's out of bounds at the 6-yard line. First and goal coming up. They're going to run with Barkley. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Couldn't get it the last 2 snaps. Another shot at 6 here on 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. And he's going to score a touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns cut it to a load point on the scoreboard. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop him either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
You're good on the point after. And the Browns tie this game 7-7. After tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Saints come marching onto the field. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch your breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And he's short of the first after a mild gain. 2nd and 6 coming up here. That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. Both teams neck and neck so far. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They start with 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He gets it up to the 35, but this is short. 3rd down coming up.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient. He was explosive. He got a nice little gain on the ground.
And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs. They've got 1st down here from the 36. Williams off the play fake. He finds a doomsday downfield. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They're working a couple of yards past the line. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Hits him on the in route. And this one does not go far.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Gets this to Kincaid. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A 7-yard gain.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. A give to Tracy up the middle. He made it 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he's down very close to that first, but looks like he is stopped just in time after a gain of 4. Here we go, goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches. He tries to sneak it. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line, no gain. Offense is set, 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Setting up the screen. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take a second quarter lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Ryland now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints break that tie and now lead by 7. Reed now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. Browns look just about ready, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hall. Escapes the defender. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. They go right back to Hall. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Stopped on that play by Danny Stutzman. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Here's Hall once more. And he'll get it up to the 44. That's a pickup of 9. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland 1st down. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. 1st down, a run with Barkley. Went in there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Throwing now off the play action. Throw left side is hauled in by Loveland. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Another throw here on 2nd down. It is Cup left side. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Drive has gone 8 plays now as they face 3rd and 3. He's going to throw it. That's Cup for the 1st. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. A gain of 15 there. And that's a Browns 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
From the red zone now. Complete right side. And he's able to get this down to the 13. So it's going to be 2nd and about 4 on the other side of this 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back now, pressure coming. Cut near the goal line. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
The Saints calling for a timeout. They're 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal. Hall goes up and over for the touchdown. Chance to tie before halftime. Breece Hall with the touchdown. York now for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Browns tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Fields this one at the 3. This makes it up to the 25. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Williams from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd. Williams has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Working from the gun. Williams. And this one doesn't go far. Now the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set. Again, it's Williams. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. They send a tight end in motion. Third and long for him here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Intended target there was for Jalen Noel. And that brings up 4th and long. Corey Bajorquez on the punt. And they could really use a good one here. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. The Browns and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. From the gun, it's Hall. Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive. 7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. They're just going to play it safe, sticking with the ground game, looks like. And he's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down. To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. All right, I think we know what's happening. They're going to continue running it until this clock runs out. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. It's week 9 of the regular season, basically the halfway point of the year. So let's get into it. Here are the highlights. Our look at the NFL starts now. In the Steel City, it's the Steelers at home to take on the Chiefs. And it's James Cook. He's going to take this one in, 11 yards on the touchdown run. The Steelers remain undefeated. They are now 9-0 with yet another victory. With that, a look now at what else transpired on a busy weekend in the NFL. Meanwhile, in our game, we expected a tight one, and we got it, all even at the break. As we hand it back over to the commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. Return coming from the 6. And stopped on the run back at the 27. Starting out trips right here, 1st and 10. They're going play action. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side.
tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two. It could have gone the other way.
They'll go play action. Little off center. His man just couldn't adjust to it. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. To the air on third and long. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jonas Saker. And the Saints will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, Brock, it was an absolute battle in the first half as they played to a tie, heading into the locker rooms. And already we have the first big play of half number 2 with that INT.
Yeah, not just the first big play, but maybe the first separating play here, Kate. There's always a moment in the second half, especially where one of these teams makes the play, right? That one that we're going to circle and look back to as the defining play of the half. We may just have witnessed it right there.
Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's first and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's in for the touchdown. The Saints grab the lead on their first series of the half.
We've seen all game long how difficult it has been for this defense to try to contain this guy. Not only through the air, now 2 touchdowns on the ground. He's just been a difference maker.
Ryland now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints break that tie and now lead by 7. Reed now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. And they're a touchdown back, Brock, as they take over down 21-14. Cleveland about ready to go. Here's first and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Short pass brought in. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped. They give on second to Hall. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Throw here, third down. He's making a bid for it. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
Jack Fox getting the call here to punt on fourth down. And no doubt he wants a good start for himself here in prime time. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Saints back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They've certainly had no issue scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. Now bringing tight end in motion right. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Running it now out of the gun. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Toward that tackle to Michael Hall. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. To throw is Williams. Finds him over the middle. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
16 yards. The Saints, first down. A gain of 16 yards. First down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Back to the well again. And they're going to be set up at the 11 after that play. They'll get 16 yards on that play. And that's good for a Saints first down.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Another carry for it. And he'll get about 4 yards as that brings up second down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles. And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released, and that sure altered the throw.
It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints take a 13-point lead. It's a Roma Dudes, a touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one splits the uprights. And the Saints double their lead to 14. Reed now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Now we see the Browns offense headed out. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. We've set it downs for them from the 31. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Takes the second down snap. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first. 3rd and just 2 to go.
It's now 3rd and 2.
Here he is on 3rd and short. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Secures this at the 17. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. The New Orleans offense set to go now. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Completed over the middle. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first. Williams will look to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 now. Williams. Barner with the grab. And he's right up next to that first down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it 40 yards to reset the downs. Williams with the sneak. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the first down. plowing up the middle. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3, so chipping away a few here ahead of this third down. Now Williams. Got his man. This is Noel. And they get this down to the 28. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
It's a gain of 10. And the Saints first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
They'll run here on first down. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Williams set to pass. Looking for him on the screen there, but it's incomplete. So 2nd down produces nothing. Back to the huddle they go for 3rd down. Third and long. They're going to throw. Got a man. That's Kincaid. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
That's good for a Saints first down. 1st and goal.
Here's a dive up the middle. And they make a stop at the last minute. It's a gain down to the 1. All right, so we reach the final quarter of Monday Night Prime Time. It's the Saints up by multiple scores, and they've got the football. Another chance to get that lone yard. Here's 2nd and goal. They give it to him up the middle. And he hauls it across for the New Orleans touchdown. The Saints make it a 3-score game in the 4th.
Let's see, Kate. I think in bowling, you get 3 strikes, that's a turkey. You know, in hockey or soccer, you score 3 goals, that's a hat trick. What are we going to call this other than simply splendid?
Ryland now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints stretch their lead to 21. Reed now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Cleveland's offense all set to take over. And they take the field feeling pretty beaten down with how this one's gone. Even if they're keeping their heads high, Brock, not a whole lot they've been able to do so far.
Yeah, in these moments, I think of golfers, right, in a tournament. They don't want to look at the scoreboard. They don't want to see how much they're down. They just want to take it shot by shot by shot. It's exactly what this offense has got to do.
Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
They'll set up the screen here for Hall. And he's going to be pushed down up near that 40-yard line. New set of downs for him. It starts at the 38. Go play action on first down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Pass rush could be coming again after that last sack, Brock. Let's see. Here's 2nd and 19. He's dropping back to throw. Brought in right side. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9.
A gain of 10 makes it
They'll throw 3rd and long. Hits him on the in route. He makes the catch, but is hit before he can get that first down. They say he's maybe a yard short.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Down big, they're going to exhaust all options, it appears. The offense lining up to go for this. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
This time he's looking to throw. Big strike downfield to Judy. Touchdown, Cleveland! The Browns get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a Jerry Judy touchdown.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
York now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns get it back to a 14-point game. Fox now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. He dodged the tackle. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Saints and Caleb Williams running out for their next drive. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. First down, Williams. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's going to be marked down 5 yards short of that first. On play action, here's Williams. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. He'll air it out on 3rd. Has his man caught by Odunze. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Williams with a quick pass out wide. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 2nd and 3 now.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Here's a design run. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. Here comes play number 8 of the drive, 3rd and 1. This is going to go in the wrong direction. He loses just about the amount of yards they needed to get there. It's going to be 4th down. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going. I think you could call this one, okay, his field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
Reed now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Back out now comes the Browns offense. And scoring hasn't been the issue for him, Brock, but it has been impossible to hold pace with the offense on the other side of this football field.
And we know they can't get this all back in one play, but they better do it with a sense of urgency.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Hall takes it straight ahead. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Third down from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And goes to the hurry up here.
A loss of 9 brings up 4th down.
Desperation time here on 4th. He puts some air under it deep down the left. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
New Orleans back on offense and ready to go now. Saints to the line now. First and 10. They're already on a modest little winning streak here. Currently in position to stretch it to 3 games as they take the field again. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal.
Saints, 1st down. It's a gain of 10. And the Saints, 1st down.
A handoff to Tracy. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 9-yard line.
Tight end motioning right. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Saints nearing their 6th win this season. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. And he has made this a habit this season. That's his 10th rushing touchdown so far. Ryland now for the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Saints make it a 24-point ball game. Reed now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Browns getting their offense out there. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. They start the drive with Hall. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. 4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get a few here, brought down at the 33-yard line. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They're trying to run for it with Hall. He's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
That's good for a Browns 1st down.
Here's Hall once more. He got away from a couple of defenders, but they just kept coming. This one's going to end the loss, Brock. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Working on 1st down. Finds his man over the middle. It almost as he caught it. He does well to hold on to it. Gets him to the 37. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its second. New set of downs from 37. On the draw, it's Barkley. And they were waiting for him on that draw, weren't they? They get him behind the line. That's going to bring up second down. Now the Browns spend their final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Back to the line they come, second down. Here's a throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough third down. So this will win on the road for the Saints. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Saints, as with that, we'll sign off from Cleveland.